Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to discuss briefly the motivational videos that I have in this program and explain to you why I believe they're important. I think some of you may ask yourself, why does Marlo have these videos in here, or what's the significance of them? This is a health program, and so why are these important, and why do we have to listen to one every day? So I'm going to explain to you what they did for me. So back in 2020, it's when things started going kind of crazy, right? So in 2019, in my world, in my life, right, significant other, girlfriend and I were no longer, we parted ways. So that happens in 2019. We roll into 2020, and then we have this big pandemic that occurs, right? And during the pandemic, I faced things that maybe a lot of other people did also, but I had to close my gym down for 2 months. And I was still responsible for paying rent in the gym and all these various bills. So that was difficult at that time. My best friend in March of that year, I believe it was March, calls me up, and he's diagnosed with cancer and has emergency surgery on his back. And it's like, man, that's pretty crazy. He was paralyzed for a while. So it was one of my best friends in the world. So that was somewhat traumatic. And then I'm feeling this financial strain during this time, right? And then I was also somewhat, while going through this, disappointed that, and this is me, and it's not like it was a real big deal, but like a lot of the good friends I had, how people never reached out to say, hey man, I know your gym had to close. How are things going? Not like I wanted anything from them. I'm not saying that. Just that I felt like just people weren't concerned. And this is how it was affecting me. So I kept like falling lower and lower, and nobody knew about it, right? I still did what I had to do every day. And then during this time in July, well, I would say in April, the landlord said, hey, y'all have got to move out of your house by July 1st. So then while I'm going through this financial strain and dealing with all these other things, boom, I got to move out in less than 60 days, find a new place to live. Okay, and right now I don't even have any real income coming in. So I have to do that. And then in July of that year, I move into a new place. My best friend, mother's died. So my best friend diagnosed with cancer, his mom dies, who I've known forever. The sad thing about it, he couldn't even go to the funeral because of his condition, and we were in COVID. So just things that just kept dropping and making me feel a little lower and lower. And then in August of this same year, my youngest sister died, right, while out walking. She was out walking. It was a very hot day, 2020, and she suffered a heat stroke, right? So that was really tough on me, tough on the family. And the dynamics of our family changed, and there's just a lot going on. And at the same time, I've got 2 young kids. I've got a daughter in high school who's at home during COVID. I've got a son who's in elementary school and trying to keep up with them, and having a high school daughter who has a little attitude, and dealing with their mothers. I'm not going to say that wasn't easy, but yes. So all this stuff was going on, folks. And so I know people have issues themselves that go on. But the one thing that was consistent that I did every day to keep falling through the cracks was I got up and exercised every single day. And while I exercised, I listened to these motivational videos every single day. That's what I did for me. That's what kept me from falling further and further down. And I knew it's what I had to do to stay strong. I didn't know what else was going to come, what else was going to come to me. Okay, so the reason I have this in here, because it allowed me to come up out of any kind of dark place. And I'm not saying I was crazy depressed, but I was down, right? I wasn't suicidal or anything like that, but I was down. I felt down. I didn't have the energy. I didn't laugh. I didn't smile. Where was it? But every day I kept on doing the things I knew I had to do to make me strong, right? Exercised every single morning. And when I exercised, I listened to these videos. And so I started my day up here. Okay. And as I went through the day, if I got knocked down to here, I was still good. Okay. But if I had started my day off here, what happens? Okay. Where do I go? So part of this program, what I'm here to help you is to improve your health. Mental health is a part of that. How do we do it, right? I didn't take any medications during this time. I didn't take antidepressants. I'm not saying that someone shouldn't if they're in a bad place or a dark place, but I didn't. I knew the best thing I could do was get up every morning, get out in the sun, get some exercise in, and strengthen my mind. Strengthen my mindset. My mindset is probably your mindset, one of the most important things we can do in terms of achieving progress in this 12-week program we're in right now. Okay, so I want you to listen to these videos and understand why they're here and the importance and significance of them. Thanks.